Hello everyone, and welcome to a Resonite March recap stream. I'm Frixius, I'm here with Bob, our finance officer, Rue and Aegis from art, Nex, who's like handling our streaming, we got Deeker from marketing, I don't know if you can see, but there's Scrum over there, and we also have a secret guest who's currently hiding somewhere right now. You won't know where until we get to the right section of the stream. But yeah, there's gonna be secret guests, and you'll be able to ask them questions.
Didn't mention Rustybot.
Oh my god,
right there.
Crap,
sorry, Rustybot.
I'm little. That's on me.
There we go. There we go, Rustybot.
Hello.
Rustybot's not a secret guest, by the way. There's
No.
additional to Rustybot who's the secret guest. But yes, so welcome everyone. We're gonna be covering all the cool stuff that happened in Resonite over the past month. We have a bunch of news. And as if with every month, there's like a lot of things that happen, a lot of updates, a lot of bug fixes, things like we closed like a good number, 22 GitHub issues. But we're gonna kind of focus on sort of the bigger things, the most like notable ones. So with that, there's also one more thing. We're also gonna be able to ask us questions as well.
Whoops.
Spoilers.
Sorry, it was right where I was clicking my menu. Sorry.
Spoilers. But yes, you'll be able to ask us questions once we kind of get through our topics as well as our secret guest. So let's get started. So for the past month, as many of you know, the MMC was like in full swing. Everybody was building entries. So on the engineering side, we try to avoid a lot of kind of disruptive updates, and we kind of focused on stuff that's kind of sort of being like done on the side or sort of like being done in the background. One of those being more additions to Resonite Link, which is our new library that lets you interface with Resonite from external applications. We've already seen lots of cool community applications, like for example, Blender integration. But we're also working on one of our own, which is Unity SDK. That's a tool that will let you essentially build or import worlds from Unity, as well as avatars, without having to use the in-game building tools. Although you can still use those if you want, but essentially meant to offer another workflow that's suitable for users who prefer this kind of traditional workflow, or maybe if you have like a lot of existing content, inside of Unity Editor, you can bring it over much more easily. The Unity SDK, it's being built on top of Resonite Link, and it's also open source. We've already published the repository, so if you're curious, you can look at it, you can see how it's written, use it as a reference. We'll also be opening it to community contributions, because the way it works is it will take Unity content, and there's special converter components where you can essentially define how does the Unity content get converted into Resonite equivalents. And this is something that can be expanded, improved, or you can even tweak it for your own projects. It's going to be opening soon. It's not quite ready yet, but we have some cool showcases of it. One of the really neat things, and I'm probably going to ask next to show this on camera so it's positioned properly. One of the neat features is because it's being built on top of Resonite. All the edits you make from within the Unity editor, like once I play this, they're actually being translated live, and you can even have other users in the Resonite session with you, seeing whatever changes you make. This includes, just positioning objects. You can be changing materials. You can be changing, adding new things. Like here, for example, adjusting the light. You can do group editing, and it all translates in real time, which makes editing like very, very fun. And makes it super cool, for just immediately seeing the effect of your edits within Resonite without having to do through a lengthy upload process. And it's also fun to, mess with, if you have users there, you can just yoink the platform from under them. You can even see the Resonite Unity SDK. It also imports stuff like reflection probes, or you can have user, attached. So it's shaping up really, really well. We have got another showcase for you. This one's sort of I'm gonna ask next to position this one as well. This is another showcase because whenever you're making changes to the Unity editor, the Resonite session is still fully networked. So here's an example of Resonite running on the Steam Deck. and the scene is brought over from another computer. And what's really neat about it is like you can be editing and building your scene inside of Unity editor and testing it on the Steam Deck live as you're making those edits. Again, without having to do any lengthy upload process, it's pretty much instant. This makes iteration like so much faster because you just immediately see everything you do, and it's also just kind of fun and cool. You can see here, for example, adjusting materials, adjusting lights. You can change their lighting as well, like for example, color, like all the properties, everything that SDK supports for conversion will translate in real time. And one more example, this one actually very fresh from today, because part of the one of the goals of the Unity SDK is ability to not only bring worlds but also avatars. And in this showcase, the avatar model is very simple, it's just kind of for testing, so it doesn't look particularly good, but it kind of showcases that its functions where you can actually take the avatar in Unity Editor and you can still be editing it in Unity while wearing it in Resonite and testing out the changes live. So for example here, like let's change the material, change the scale, you can change the blend shapes, and you can even attach new objects, which I'm going to show in a second. So just take this cube, parent it under the head on the avatar, and it just kind of instantly becomes part of it. So like you could, for example, use this to like, put props and like, accessories on your avatar, and it just immediately reflects inside of Resonite. Like you again don't need to do any sort of like upload process. All the changes are being done live. So you still get it like that super quick iteration you get with the in-game building tools, but now you can get it through the Unity editor. We are very excited. We've already gotten a lot of positive feedback on social media on this feature. A lot of people seem to be interested into getting into Resonite. And that's part of our hope, is that like by offering this workflow, we make Resonite more interesting to people who prefer to use Unity or who have avatars already set up in Unity and just want to bring them over to get started. So the Unity SDK is essentially going to serve as sort of like icebreaker for users and offer more ways to build for this platform. It's not fully it's not quite like released yet, but it's gonna be very soon. It's getting into the stage where most of the core stuff is functional, and we're gonna open it up to the community. We're gonna publish Unity package, so you can just import it to your project, start bringing content in, and start sort of experimenting with it. And even if you're interested, contributing to help improve it and improve the conversions. And again, the Unity SDK, it is open source, so you can check out the source right now. You can use it, either for official contributions, you can use it to make your own fork, or you can just use it as a reference, because one thing we would definitely love to see is SDKs for other editors, like, like Godot, Unreal, and others. So this could also help serve as a basis or a reference for that. But yeah, we're very, very, very excited for this to get into your hands and have you start like playing with it. So that covers one of the major engineering additions. We also have like a lot of cool stuff that the art team has been working on. So it's just would you be able to tell us a little bit more about those?
Yeah, of course. So going over, there's a lot of things going on in the art team as of late. So, of course, we're continuing our development with the Universe project, going through polishing it out. A lot of the content is pretty much done, except for like maybe extra things that we're going to be adding here and there. But a lot of the technical side of things is pretty much going to be focused on next, as well as we've been starting to work on the new beginner's experience, which will be both modular in how it's built on the technical side, as well as how users will have agency to go through and choose what they want to learn after learning the basics. And it will also be a narrative experience where it'll basically show the user what Resonite can do while also giving them like a
More
kind of
gamified
like
experience.
yes, and it'll be really exciting to see how that gets developed out, and some of the initial like not features but like
Feedback.
so yeah, feedback, as well as like development going through gathering up as many sources of feedback, references, inspirations, pain points that the community has, going through all collecting and organizing it, seeing what we can learn from, and bouncing off ideas. Like, a lot of that has been happening as of late too, and like it's gonna be really nice. Even users that already are familiar with Resonite will, I think, enjoy the experience as well. On top of that, one of the other things that I did bring here to this world, and I did showcase it on the our team office hours as well as in the devlog, is a community collaboration project that I started to work on, and that is the, if you want to bring the camera over here, this is the kind of like an avatar accessory system has been being worked on. See, for example, oh, there's a snapper on the floor here. All right, so say you have a piece of equipment here or piece of accessories for your avatar. Imagine being able to just simply attach it to your avatar like that. This is a much earlier version, but that's one thing that actually was done to the other version where other people can help put things on. But yeah, it'll be a device where you can choose what bones you'll be able to attach to. It'll be much more simpler UI as well for users to choose, as well as being able to build your own accessories as well too. So say if I bring out a 3D model, for example, and this is still a work in progress though too. So I just bring in a shape tool, for example, and say if I make a simple top hat out of 2 cylinders here. Let me just move this other one out of the way. You'll see it kind of flashes green here. Oh, yeah, that's one thing we still got to do too, is filter out the objects that it parents together. So the camera is now parented to this thing.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Good
Yeah,
to know.
it'll
As
on.
intended.
Yeah,
Much appreciated.
Oh my god.
yeah, it's a GoPro.
Gosh.
But yeah, essentially there'll be another UI panel that'll allow you to basically, once you're done setting up the accessory, you'll be able to bake it together, whether by actually baking the meshes together or just, removing the grabbable off of the objects you place there. So, yeah, and I may as well go in and give credits to those that have helped me so far. Special thanks to also Business Lawyer, who, that's their username. They're a user that have created a system long ago that has been nicknamed the Effortless Equipables, which is pretty much as it's called. You just equip objects by just placing them on your avatar. And as well as we have folks like Shundalash, TomTam, and Paradox19 that has been helping me out with this project, and thank you all.
Hundalaj.
Shundalash?
Hundalaj.
Shundalash. I almost had it. Yes, this is a Czech name, so I gotta. Yeah, I almost had it. Yeah, that pretty much covers it. There's, like I said, some more polishes to be coming to this, as well as ease of use for new users, because, of course, looking at an entire list of bones to choose of what they want to select might be a little, overwhelming. So something like a diagram of like a T-pose avatar, and you can just click which parts you want to attach to, might be easier for new users. So that'd be pretty neat to see.
Really cool.
That pretty much covers everything for the art team, other than going through, seeing which kind of bugs we have to fix for, say, the new beginner's experience that we have currently. When we went through and organized the GitHub issues, we kind of made sure, figured out what we still got to do with the existing one that would be appropriate to do, stuff that would be rather left to be basically replaced by the new one, and stuff that would probably benefit this new kind of update for the beginner's experience, whether it be for the Cloud Home tutorial and any other kind of worlds and features associated with it, or content rather. But yeah, off to the weather.
Thank you for the updates, Aegis. Those are super cool.
Okay, it's no longer attached. I'm gonna delete it before it scoops
Okay.
up something else.
So, should we ready to move to the next topic, which is going back to some of the engineering stuff. There's been a number of additions and improvements. Like I mentioned in the previous section, we try to avoid like a lot of the more disruptive stuff. So we've done stuff like, for example, have the texture packer, which is just like adding a new wizard, a new functionality by UV that lets you pack different texture channels completely in game. Which is super useful, for specific like materials, especially like, for example, PBA splat map, where you can combine the textures, and it's just like showcasing this how this looks in game. We've also had a number of improvements to the cloud from Provo Prime and from Godly. Who've improved like the cloud security, improved how we how manage like secrets and stuff like that. There's a bunch of like reworks as well. For example, the user registration process is nearing finish line for a refactor, which should help improve the overall like experience, where a lot of users, like when they register, their accounts actually end up like being partly broken and they require to contact support to fix it. That should be fixed very soon. So there's been like a lot of kind of improvements on that front. We also had probably one of the funniest GitHub issues in a while. So you see, I have a screenshot here to like demonstrate what happened. Do you see this? That used to be a person. We pushed like one update, which ended up like causing the glue tool to quote become evil and now explode people. So it got fixed within a few hours, but it was probably one of the funniest bugs. And it was so funny that even after fixing it, now there's actually a GitHub issue to resurrect this Eldritch tool, so people can explode again. So sometimes there's you get fun like this with the development. There's also like a few other things, like for example, yeah, we got like some examples. Is that an explorer person?
Yeah, this is what happened to me. I became like a single triangle with like a squiggly going around.
There was actually a session, like when this bug happened, there was like a session where people end up like baking like all kinds of different meshes and avatars and just like being fascinated in like all the different ways they end up exploding. I have like a few of them all saved as well, so I can showcase. So for example, some users like would just become like like this kind of
an urchin.
An urchin, yeah, like whatever this is. Or
here's another one.
Beyblade, let it rip.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Oh,
this one, like whatever this is.
contemporary.
And there's also this one. This one's very fascinating because it has like all these like circular bits. So it created a very, very, very interesting set of shapes, and our community had like a lot of fun with this bug. There's also some other additions. For example, you can now separate parts of mesh, which is actually one of the reasons this bug happened. If you have parts of mesh that is affected by blend shapes, you can separate it into static mesh. And it's super useful, like if you bring an avatar, and for example, the avatar has accessories, say for example, glasses, stuff in your hand that's controlled by blend shapes to show and hide, you can now actually separate it into like fully separate object completely in game. And that functionality kind of helps, and that was kind of the source of why the exploding happened for certain meshes. So there's been like a number of quality of life changes. There's gonna be a lot more kind of coming now that MMC is over. But if you wanna learn a little bit more, there's details in the changelog in our Discord and on Steam, where you get detailed breakdown of all the changes we have made. So with that, we can move to the next topic, which is some of the kind of community and community news. One of the things we already kind of talked about it. MMC finished. Now all the entries are published, and people have been exploring. Like I've been exploring on my own as well. But yeah, go explore all the cool MMC stuff. To make it easier, we added a new tab. Like if you go to the Wars tab, there's MMC 26, and if you click that, it's gonna show you all the entries submitted for this year's competition. There's a lot of really cool entries. I'm not gonna talk about any in particular, but you should definitely go check out as many of them as you can. This is gonna be audience voting. And at the end of the near the end of the month, there's going to be announcement of the winners. So we're very excited. I can't wait to see more of them. There's a lot of really good quality stuff. We also have some new videos from the marketing team. So Dico, would you actually be able to tell us a little bit more about those?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, hello. Me and Rusty are new members of the marketing team, and thus they put us in the dungeon until we make new videos. So that's what we did. Rusty
That's
made a
true.
great short on Crimson Taylor. I like how people keep calling him the doorman, and I mean that's kind of
I
correct.
mean, he is. Yeah, that's kind of a
he
bit,
is
right?
kind of correct. And
He's
I
got
gotta
the
click
portals
play on
that he
that,
can
don't
reach
I?
through. Yeah.
Wait, I gotta go hit play on this. Hold on, check this out.
Who are you? What are you about?
I'm Crimson Taylor. I make avatars that have all sorts of different abilities. I just like making abilities in this Resonite game. I want there to be style with that effect. The panache that goes with it makes it all worthwhile. So I made my first avatar was an ant character with shrinking abilities. Could turn into variations of different insects with powers. I made Alchemist, Sparkbuster.
He has this way of turning a character concept into a Smash Bros. Level moveset.
I can do actually a lot with the portals. Doing fun gags like grabbing people through portals, shooting through them. A lot of times, I put 2 doors, make one smaller. Try to go as small as possible. It's always fun just to see that happen.
So Resonite's really allowed you to get your character and your abilities and everything to a state where you're satisfied with.
Yeah, I realized the concept completely. And Resonite, you can tackle the problem as if you're there in person. Everything can kind of just interconnect. It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, that was a super fun video to make and to then clip a little short for. But there's a full version up on either my channel or the Resonite channel. It's a collaboration video, the way YouTube does it.
So there's the full version of that video that Rusty made. I also did a kind of like an interview with Probable Prime. This video is also on our YouTube channel. Don't watch it right now. Watch it after the recap's over. Please don't leave. But this one's really nice. We're gonna do a lot. I do plan to do a lot more team videos like this, where I'll just go around interviewing the team, basically asking them stuff about what they do in Resonite, what do they usually do, how do they get in here. So look forward to those too. Also, Resonite is free on Steam to download, by the way.
Yes. Those are really cool videos.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have anything more you want to share, or are we good to move to the last topic?
My next video will be next week. So next Friday, check the YouTube channel for the next video.
Yes. So wait, it says here. Also, Chroma, don't put the first marketing office hour stream as a section. We have to make sure it's a secret so no one shows up. It'll be really funny. Don't mention it's on Monday morning at 11 PST or that I wrote any of this.
And who wrote that? That's what?
Yeah, whoever wrote it,
11 PST on Monday, you said? There's going to be a stream? Nobody should
That's
go to
very
that.
specific.
Yeah, no,
it's
you
crazy.
shouldn't go there.
Who would write that and leave that there? That's man.
It's such a secret. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
It's gonna be secret between all of us.
Reverse psychology at its finest.
It'll work, you guys. I've done the research.
But it's 11 p.m. PST?
Yeah, West Coast. Nothing is happening then.
Don't be there. Nothing's happening.
Do not show up on Monday on Resonite, Twitch.tv, Resonite app, and ask me and Rusty and Chroma questions.
Yeah.
for an hour.
If you show up, I have to keep doing them. Don't show up.
Definitely don't check the Discord announcements for details either.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Because there won't be any.
Nope. Speaking of business hours, I clicked the wrong button. I think.
Well, that was for their side. There you go.
Oh, sorry. Now I clicked the right button. For our last topic, we have the business office hours from Bob. So, Bob, take it away.
Hey everyone, glad to be here for another recap stream. I'm coming live from Orlando, Florida, which is my new home base of operations and that of our business partners, EAM. Last year, they offered me up some Florida Man brand Kool-Aid, and I recently decided to guzzle it down. I wouldn't say it's so much for the Floridian culture that really sold me, more so the tax benefits. Speaking of which, do your taxes. I know most of you haven't yet. Anyway, let's hop into the first slide. So it shows our new user growth over month. While it looks like it dropped a bit in the month of February, it's actually pretty easily explained because February has one less weekend than the other months. So it's actually really par for the course. What we did get was a solid spike in the number of subs. It's actually, the number is incorrect. It should say about 260 new subscribers last month. This happens often during MMC months. There's a lot of content coming out from MMC, and marketing will be doing some great work around it. So, keep your eyes out for what the team is cooking on Monday. All right, let's go to the next slide where we have the 6-month breakdown of our business to consumer revenue. All right, so we've had 6 months of consistent, steady growth, and that's exactly what we want to see. Line go up very, very, very slowly and consistently every single month. It's been a mix of new subscribers and people increasing their tiers as they create more and more wonderful objects, avatars, and worlds. We're actually now averaging $9.63 gross revenue per subscriber, which is absolutely amazing. All right, let's go to the next slide, where we'll be covering the percentages of our subscribers by source. Again, we have a pretty consistent growth. If we keep doing these numbers every month for the rest of the year, we'll be in a very, very good state. Hopefully, crossing the 50% threshold. That means more than 50% of our revenue will be coming from Stripe and PayPal. And we've been discussing maybe adding some benefits to making the transition, but we'll figure out some new strategies to get more users to switch. Okay, let's go on to the last slide and the end of the boring stuff. We can move to the fun stuff. I want to make some introductions to a couple of my favorite people. Joining us in world is Austin Rocket, the CTO of EAM, Environmental and Technology Development Group, LLC. Also hanging out in Twitch chat is Little Bedhead Bunny, the CEO. There are business partners representing our interests in Florida and the United States. I'm actually going to turn it over to Austin for him to talk about his company and some good things that we're hoping to achieve together. Where is Austin?
Oh, right there.
I've been hiding
underneath the floorboards.
Yeah,
The entire time. Let me. Cool. So, hello everyone. I think y'all have heard of our company. We've been shouted out previously, but this is the first time being here in person, or not person. However you want to say it. But yes, EAM is our consulting company that we do a lot of really interesting development with. I use it for doing rapid prototype development and startup consulting for embedded wearable IoT companies. So I do a lot of fun things like that. My day job is actually a senior firmware architect at a big company, but I like cool tech like this. And so I know a lot of really interesting people, and I love Resonite, and I say, you know what, let's put these two things together in the room and show them the cool stuff. So I have a really, really deep appreciation for all of the cool, interesting features that Resonite does that kind of, is new and exciting. So being able to actually understand it and then show that to somebody else and then, convey what that exciting thing is fun to do.
Yeah.
And I'm based in Florida, right? Florida man gang.
Yeah.
We're kind of a little bit south of Orlando in the Lake Nona area. We support the Space Coast, so we're doing a lot of interesting connections with space industry stuff, as well as a sports and health technology startup, and the makerspace that we also host, which is our nonprofit called Hive Labs. And we make a lot of really cool stuff in person, and I tinker a lot with IRL stuff and taking things apart and making new things.
Yeah, with EAM's help, hopefully Resonite can into space.
Exactly.
Yes, love space.
We'll get you there. It's gonna happen.
We
We also
Resonite to space.
Yeah, in our in Twitch chat right now, we also have little bedhead bunny. She's saying hi to everyone. She'll be also available to answer questions as well as Austin. They're super cool. Also, special fun double announcement in a couple of weeks on March 20th. Both myself and EAM will be flying to Japan, where we'll be hanging out with the Weavers team on March 20th for celebrating my birthday. So we're going to have a big world and a live in-person event, maybe like 20, 30 people. So we're all going to be partying together, the Weavers, Japanese business partners, plus the EAM US-based parts.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty wild, I hope.
Yeah. I think that is... do you have any other fun stuff? Or we're going to hop into the Q&A and let the audience kind of drive the fun questions for you.
I see Mr. Big Raccoon says, welcome fellow makerspace additive manufacturing enjoyer. Yes, we do have quite a few 3D printers. And it's really, I've been doing a lot of interesting things with 3D models and bringing them into Resonite and 3D printing and
3D
stuff.
Printing.
So, dude, tell you, Arun.
Their space is absolutely amazing, by the way.
I should have taken a splat of it.
Oh,
next
yeah,
time.
dang it. Next time. All right, yeah.
Are we good to hop like into Q&A?
Yeah.
Let's switch over to Q&A.
Okay. Yay. So everyone in the audience, if you want to ask any questions, just post a message in the Twitch chat and make sure to put a question mark somewhere in it, ideally at the end, and that way it pops on our thing, and we'll be able to catch it and answer it. So feel free to ask whatever you want, but preferably stuff for EAM, since there's... Ooh, oh my god.
Woo!
Thank you for your gifts.
Woo! Whoa!
So many.
Wow.
We already got a few questions. Snur was asking, there's a worm all over my stream.
I'm a bird. What are you talking about? You gotta get your eyes checked.
We already answered that one. Oh. How Theo fix the recap streams. Thank you, Theo. There's a question from a computer user. Will there be an advanced questions discussion in the Discord for marketing office hours?
Sure. If it's being asked for.
Hypothetically, if we did marketing office
yeah,
hours,
like-
then yes, there would be a thread to put questions in, and then we would answer them.
It's a good thought experiment.
Yeah, like it's good hypothetical.
In a
hypothetical
world where
question.
there was a marketing stream that was going to happen at 11 PST on Monday, then there might be a discussion post made so that questions could be preloaded if that were to happen.
Austin's got that dog in him.
Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah.
That's my boy. That's Leotard. That's his full name.
That's such a good name.
He goes by Leo, though. It helps at the vet.
There's a question. Why is Froop? That's my answer.
Why not? Why not is fruit?
I always
Why
ask
is
why
Froop?
is Froop, never how is Froop.
Well, how
So,
is Fruit?
it reminds me of that why is Gamora?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll do you one better.
Why is Gamora? Do we get any more questions? We need more questions. People send questions. Ask anything, especially the AM stuff. But ask anything.
I do have one thing to bring up actually, which is
Mhm.
one of our partners is actually hosting a design meeting right now in Resonite on a product that they're working on. It's one of our indie partners where they're based out of Full Sail University, and they get a bunch of students together, and they're working on a project. I won't exactly say what it is, other than that it's a D&D tavern that you should be able to, actually play in. But it should be a pretty cool thing, and they're going to try and open up opportunities for people to, host DM sessions. Things too.
Ooh. We're getting some questions now. So Mr. Big Raccoon is asking, what are the most interesting overlaps between VR and 3D printing you've seen or imagined so far?
I've got an answer for that to jump in. I have an object here that I actually brought in to check the sizing of for 3D printing that is, it's got a logo on it, so I'm not going to show the front on stream, but it's a like charging holder thing that I had a family member ask for me or ask me for, and then I brought that in here to check a couple things, and then brought it back out and 3D printed. And I've 3D printed, some of my own parts here and there just because that's fun to have. But
It's pretty cool. It's like visualizing stuff.
I haven't had time to clean it up, but I did actually print in life size out of a resin printer, the Resonite multi-tool handle. It's been fun to kind of like actually feel something that you designed to be ergonomic in real life.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you,
Yet
Ghost.
again. Thank you again.
Yeah, I would say the most interesting overlap between VR and 3D printing that I've seen imagined so far is people making out figurines of their virtual avatar. So they will make like a little figurine and then bring it out as a miniature and 3D print that and then have it painted up, which is quite cool.
Oh, yeah, that's super cool. I actually had like a friend 3D print one of my like avatars. He was like, can I get like a big of your avatar exposure, for reasons, and then whatever coins they give me a print.
So
It's super cool.
Do they have to put supports in the ears?
I was just thinking that.
They don't, because it's not geometry.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, one of the things I did in regards to like VR and 3D printing was 3D printing custom D&D dice, and then seeing like the design in here, and then eventually 3D printing it in real life.
There was, I think, someone that built something a while back where you could view like STL, like pathing in here. It like drew it out with a brush.
Do anyone have any more to share, or do we now move to the next question?
Found the dice.
Oh, that's really cool.
Fancy.
Oh, that is a very cool dice. I wouldn't even think of it as a dice.
Yeah, it's a D4. It actually shows the numbers on the ends of the spheres. And coincidentally, I designed this a bit ago when we were first starting the Dawn style. I kind of want to revisit it.
I'm sure there's plenty of role-playing enjoyers in our team and in Resonite.
Yeah. And shall we go to your next question from Exxon?
Yeah, I can take that one. Yeah, we have a LinkedIn page. We don't have much of a. Oh, go ahead and read the question.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull it out first, just so people know the context. Exxon is asking, does EM only have LinkedIn page? I can find a lot of info.
Yeah, so I mainly represent EAM in more of a direct person-to-person relationship. Normally, when I talk to people, I'm not trying to advertise and push EAM out there publicly as much, right? But what we do try and promote publicly a lot is our nonprofit makerspace, Hive Labs, and you can actually find us at hivelabs.community. And we got a lot of cool stuff there, and we have a YouTube channel that I think we only have one video on right now, but we're working on blowing all that stuff up. We just started it about I guess it's almost 6 months now, with our first Junk Jam event and other things that we can talk about.
Mm. Oop. Next question we've got from computer user. What subscription tiers do the card names correlate to? I'm not actually sure which card names. If they mean like maybe the
Those?
supporter thingy.
I think those,
Oh,
right,
yes.
on the board.
Those
yeah,
aren't
Resonite
visible on
support.
camera.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused.
Oh, was that from before?
Talking about these ones that it would just be on Stripe and on
Yes.
Patreon.
Yeah, there's our supporter board. This has like certain tiers, like it doesn't show absolutely everyone because it would be just tons of text. But the yellow ones, they're pretty much sponsors. The magenta ones, they're like, I forget which levels we set it at exactly. They're like the big supporters. And like the blue ones, they're like they're not like the lowest tiers, but like they're above like certain tier. I don't actually have the specific ones like off the top of my head.
Yeah,
it should
just,
like
just give us the biggest one. Lots of money.
It should,
Good, that's fine.
It should like mention it on the tier itself. Like we have like the sponsor. There's like a big shout out and like normal kind of shout out, and then there's like just like the ones below that will not show up on this list specifically.
I believe the highest one isn't it 500 a month? Is the
300, I think.
300 a month, gotcha.
Or something. Those are like the sponsor tiers.
Yeah.
And those are the big names at the top. Next question we got is from Jack the Fox Otter. Are there any use cases for the Unity SDK you have in mind that people might not be thinking about yet? And for me, I don't think necessarily. I feel like the use cases are relatively straightforward. Like where it's like, like you want to bring your ward in, you want to bring your avatar in, you want to like do like editing. There's probably got like, I feel like what's more likely to happen is like people are gonna use it in lots of interesting ways that I haven't like really anticipated. So I feel like I'll probably see more of that. But
I
from my
just
side,
thought
like,
of one.
say again.
I thought of one interesting way.
Oh yes, what is it?
And it's just simple. Literally, someone in Unity playing chess.
Oh my
While
god.
someone in VR is just playing chess or checkers or whatnot.
Yeah, I could do it. I could like. There's actually ones that like people have been mentioning where people want to like use it to like either do like DMX stuff, which you can do like in game, but like if you have like for example plugins for Unity, you can be bringing it over. But one that like is also cool, one I've seen mentioned a lot online is that people will, if you do like kind of going back to Dungeons and Dragons, you could have the game master essentially be puppeteering the world around like the players that are in Resonite, because everything's like still fully network synced. So that is like interesting use case, and I'll probably see a lot of stuff like that. Can you guys think of any interesting use cases or?
Well, personally for me, I'm huge on using it as a bulk importer for assets and stuff like that, because it is easier to drag a bunch of things into Unity and just kind of put it in there really fast. I mean, you could do it in Resonite. Resonite has bulk importing, though. Managing the materials for every single object it's not hard to do. It just takes a lot of time to do. And in Unity, like a general, standard computer workflow, it's just easier to get a bunch of things done at one time. So that's probably what I would be using it for.
Yeah.
Once
also like
go ahead. Once something like a Blender plugin is made using Resonite Link is something that would be something that I would use.
There is.
Heavily.
There's one.
There is one.
Yes,
there's
one
being made.
One, actually, a couple being made. One by Jack the Fox Sutter in the chat, and another one, I think, was it Nitro or do you know who made the other one?
Yeah, the one I know is Jack the Fox Sutter has made the Python bindings, and Nitro's making the Blender like integration.
Okay, yeah.
What I think would be interesting to see if it's possible is, I know Unity has a bunch of plugins for like character controllers and AI and stuff, and with the new addition that Fruits did with the like avatar importer, I wonder if you could have Unity running some like logic for AI or character movement, and then like have it
NPCs,
translated to the Resonite in-game world.
Rigid body physics, yeah.
It's-
That's what it.
It's
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, you can do it, but it's not good for that.
I never said it was a good idea. I just said it was an idea.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of ideas.
Cyro did that with Gmod.
We also got a question from Alex Respire. It's related. Seeing that Unity SDK will allow creators to sync a scene into Resonite, will this also allow us to connect an existing session and sync the scene back into Unity for editing? Eventually, right now, like the Resonite link itself is bidirectional except for assets, because we want to have like a system in place for essentially saying like, you know, what license certain assets have, so you cannot use it like to extract assets that you don't own. And until that's in place, we're probably not going to allow it to go that way. Next question's from Dark Monster. Would you guys consider Resonite the frontier of collaborative VR experiences?
100%.
Yes.
Easily.
I mean,
1000%.
Yes.
200%.
we're biased, but yes.
I can't
that's
really
the
think
point of
of
Resonite.
I can't really think of too many others that does it quite like us. In all honesty.
I
So
actually
I've tried
have
a
an
few
interesting anecdote. I was actually sitting with Meta, an actual Meta New Horizons engineer, and he turned to his boss, the CTO of his company, his virtual reality company, and said, "Resonite is everything that Meta New Horizons wishes." And that's coming from one of the engineers from one of the engineers from Meta New Horizons.
Yeah,
Can you repeat what you said, Bob? You cut out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I was with an engineer from Meta New Horizons during a business meeting. He was working for a different company at the time, and he turned to his boss, the CTO of that company that I was meeting with, and he just said,
That's so true, Bob. That's so true.
Yes, of
I feel like
course.
this is a bit.
Is this Zuckerberg?
I was there too. He said that Resonite is what Meta New Horizons wishes it could have been.
Oh, got you.
Oh no, his mic died.
I feel like
Bro,
we're getting.
no.
Are we getting hacked right now? What's going on
Yeah.
here?
We're just getting hacked.
Did you make someone that made it angry by any chance? Like,
Oh no.
Okay, so
Zuckerberg with a sniper.
suppress
sorry
the
about that.
information.
Zuckerberg, sniped me.
Now
I
freedom
plugged in my
speech.
mic. Sorry about that. It's a wireless mic I plugged. Yeah, basically, some engineer said that Resonite is everything that Meta New Horizons wish it was, which kind of blew the CTO of this VR company, like, just like, really? Like, and then he started taking it seriously, and we're actually looking at a potential partnership in the country of Austria, where they are based out of.
Ooh. Nice.
Huh.
And we did it with like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a budget.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remind them.
Made it a cave with a box of scraps.
Yes. I got another question from Pixelnator. A question to the business side of the team. We know that perpetual growth eventually inevitably leads to enshittification. Although lineup go jokes aside, has the team thought about how to keep growth reasonable, and if there's eventual, okay, the line is fine, here actually we can stop growing now?
I have very strong opinions on that. If you let me take that question.
Yes.
This is what I kind of communicated to the team. I've also consulted with a lot of different startups. There's a core philosophy when it comes to startups. There's three key phases in their development: the survive phase, the live phase, and the thrive phase. Currently, Resonite is still technically in the survive phase. This is where we're focused on keeping our costs low, trying to be as efficient as possible, and paying us enough money to survive, but not enough to live comfortably. and there's like a magic number that of monthly revenue that we need to make for us to essentially pay ourselves fair market wages and live comfortably. And it's somewhere between double to triple of our current revenue. So like we're focused on sustainable growth between now and hopefully in the next year or so. And I think that we can progress from the survive phase to the live phase. And that's going to mean like Resonite's going to be sitting on its own 2 feet. We don't require like outside money. We're having revenue be like growing sustainable. And I think that we need to at least double or triple to hit a very comfortable level. And get to the thrive phase. That's going to allow us to like grow like a Silicon Valley tech company, but differently because we are going to be focused on actually like having a user base that interacts with our product in a revenue generating perspective. There's a lot of tech companies that just pour lots of outside investment dollars into trying to get users onto their platform, and then they figure out how to build a model later. A competing company has recently tried to do that, and they've started to enchitify that platform through microtransactions. Resonite doesn't plan on doing that because we are structured in a way to grow organically as we scale organically. So the enchitification process of rapidly growing tech startups won't necessarily be affecting us because our business model is designed to grow organically rather than inorganically. Hopefully that answers your question.
We do also have a set of just like agreed upon guidelines with the team of things that like we'll never add or never work with or do as like core principles to kind of keep the vision the way it goes.
Yeah. It's also just having like because we already like kind of supported like largely thanks to you, to our community, and we definitely need more support. But a lot of startups, they end up just like raising tons of money. They don't really worry about like being profitable, being sustainable. They just try to get as many users as possible, grow as fast as possible, and that kind of ends up leading to that cycle. Versus we're kind of approaching it from the perspective like where we are largely community funded. We do have like a number of like business uses as well, which I feel like are very healthy for the business as well. And we're just kind of like growing the company by not actually taking tons of like investment, but taking a lot of support from our community and from our business partners. And I think that's like what is like much kind of healthier approach. We've got 7 minutes left, so if you want to like ask any questions, you still can. We might at some point like run out of time for them. Preferably if you want to ask any questions for the AM, do them now because they're visiting here just for now. So this is your only opportunity for now.
Yep.
We're in the Discord at least.
Yep.
Yes. We also got a question from Baplar. Some unofficial communities have started popping up on some chat platforms, Discord alternatives, and currently they're only known about a handful of Discord users who saw the right channels at the right time. Would it be okay to link those unofficial communities on the page in the Resonite wiki? I think so. Like, I don't really see like much of an issue with that. You might want to ask Peru Prime in his office hours because he's the one who's kind of managing a lot of wiki stuff, but I feel like he probably wouldn't like. I don't think we'd have like an issue with that, and we would definitely want to like promote more of the kind of communities. And we've got another. I'm just gonna actually. Well, we kind of covered this one. And your boy was saying like using the physics engine for real-time position updates, which you can do. Not the most efficient thing to do, though. It's not like designed for that kind of like real-time thing, like where there's like lots of stuff moving around.
It's possible.
You can do
it. It's been done before.
There's there's a saying that business lawyer likes to quote from. They how did it go? It was something like they were so worried they were so like focused on whether they could that they didn't think whether they should.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
I've-
much.
and I feel that sums up like a lot of stuff. Like we do love to say it though. Like when people have like even if you use things for way they're not meant to, like we want people to have fun with it. We just kind of want people to know it's not optimized for that kind of use. So you're probably gonna run into issues, but like but it doesn't mean don't do it. Like if you want to have fun with it, have fun with it. Like we love to say it.
Even some of us are guilty of doing that. I mean, like I made a little cube that runs on a bunch of character controller physics things, and it's not great for networking, but it sure is cool to look at.
And Gearbell created a ragdoll system for avatars.
Mm-hmm. That was actually something that was based on the one that we had made in that car world as a joke.
Oh yeah.
Still got 4 minutes. I don't know if there's like any more questions coming in. Here's like a question. What's like your favorite space thing?
There is a really the Weavers team actually made a really cool app simulator world where you can like it ties into a bunch of NASA APIs and you can simulate in virtual reality an asteroid impact on different locations. That's one that's really cool. They actually won. This was for a NASA funded hackathon over a weekend, and they won first in their city in Japan.
Ooh.
That sounds very cool.
And that is the public world that people can go check out.
Yeah.
It is.
I'd like to add Artemis comms for the new lunar lander. That was on a team that helped develop part of that. So I have code going to the moon.
That's
Oh
awesome.
man, that reminds me. I gotta get a model of the SLS so I can put it in the universe.
That is like an achievement. Like be like you can like just go and like when the moon is visible and be like, my code's on there.
It's up there somewhere. My name was in the comments, so it's definitely on that.
That's sick.
Yeah,
it gets compiled out.
it's there in spirit.
Yeah, exactly.
The comments are in spirit. I also got a
Thank you,
question
little
from
bedhead bunny, for this the Prime subscription.
It's my
Oh my god, thank you. What? We got also a quick question from Zazie Cupcake. I'm kind of dumb. Is Resonite optimized enough to do third-person desktop mode? Yes, we support third-person desktop mode.
I'm in third-person desktop right now.
Yeah.
You can
There's
also,
2 ways of
go
doing
to the
it.
little camera.
Watch your own back.
Whoa.
It's a magic
Exited my
key.
body, and I am now flying around as a little robot camera.
There's also free
Magic
cam.
key on your keyboard that's called F5, and that takes you out
Yes.
of your body. You get an out-of-body experience in desktop mode.
And
You can
this one
switch
that I'm
from
in is
VR to
F6.
desktop.
You just press it
Okay.
again to go to your body.
Yeah, you can also switch in and out of VR mode to desktop mode. It's quite cool.
I am now in desktop.
Yep.
It's
like that.
Slightly sus of this question, which is probably going to be our last question because we got like less than 2 minutes left. But Pixelnator is asking, what is the average airspeed velocity of unladen swallow?
7.
Which one?
African
Is
or
it
European?
African or European? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is there a reference?
Monty
It's a Monty
Python.
Python reference,
Oh,
and the answer
Watch him.
here would be 7.
7.
What? I don't know that.
Which Monty Python was that?
Holy Grail.
Holy Grail.
Oh,
Holy
okay,
Grail.
I've seen that one.
Jack is also
It's been a
saying,
while.
what about third-person
The one with
VR
the
mode?
holy hand
I'm-
grenade.
I know that
It
that's,
exists.
exists,
Sure.
but just
It's
not
not
official.
It's not good for your contents of your stomach.
yeah, no, here, you just throw out one of those and then let me go up here.
You're,
There.
you're
I mean,
literally
it's
having an
third
out-of-body
person.
experience.
Where's I need to find me. I don't know where he went, but you get the idea. Where's them? Hold on, can I see it? There they are.
Oh,
Ah.
I gotta make this thing work.
But
Remake
anyways,
the model.
we've kind of out of time. Like we got less than a minute left. So thank you everyone very much for joining our stream. I hope like you enjoyed like the updates. Thank you so much, Austin, as well for like joining us on the stream. We're always like happy to have like special guests.
Yes. Great to be here.
Yeah. And thank you everyone as well for being on the stream. And also, we should give a shout out to our supporters.
Yes, thank you for
So-
supporting us.
Big thanks to Cider Scout, Hikaru Akimori, Zankri, and Earthmark, our sponsors, and also big thanks to Technocatron, Big Red Wolfie, VRXis, Brorok, Chevron7, BD_, Check the Fox Otter, Skillseer, Rix, Meteon, Ikane, Starla, Mediator 2011, Mir SK, Takusin, Vizzy, Jinxiest, Micro, Arendo Meatball, Zypher, Lear Fox, Keith, Zazil, Annie, Lotus Gaming, and Kirdran. Thank you so much. And also thank so much everyone down here, but that's too many names. Thank you so much for supporting
like
us.
the end of a medicine commercial.
Have yours been far as decided to choose?
And anyway, so
Damn
thank you very much.
day.
More like. Thank you very much, everyone. If you'd like to ask us more questions, we also have a number of office hours. There's Purple Primes on Tuesday. There's the art teams on Wednesday. Moderation and Resonance mine on Sunday. And also there's definitely not one happening for the marketing team on Monday at 11
Definitely not one on
PST.
Monday at 11 a.m.
Definitely
Nothing's
not.
happening. 11 PST. Don't tune
don't
in
be
to
there.
this Twitch
Nope.
channel. Don't go looking. Don't come with
Don't be
questions.
there.
Yeah.
Don't be there. Bye.
Farewell.
Videre
Wow.
adu.
Whoa. No good one.